We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
Hey, it's Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What up, bro?
You really got your Mick Foley on over there. You got the whole Cactus Jack going over there. I didn't
You say it's my Mick Foley, but I get the sentiment.
Okay. What's
Hey,
going
man,
on,
what
man?
y'all boys do? What y'all do for Halloween yesterday?
Oh my gosh, man. So I went over to the homie Courtney's subdivision because the year before, and probably the year before that, my subdivision, I guess we just don't. We used to have a lot of kids, right, in my subdivision, and now we don't have as many. And so what's crazy about it is that, because it's the case, so people just wasn't giving out candy. So we went to another neighborhood to give out candy. Well, come to find out, as soon as we actually get back here, some of Landon's homies pull on up and they got bags of candy. Like, yeah, people have been giving them out. So I was like, well, hell, if we would have knew that, we would have stayed in our own spot, though, man. But we went over there, still had a good little time, though, man. What about y'all?
Oh man, well, Charlie, she had a whole bunch of things because there was a trunk or treat at Life Church, so that was the first time they ever did that. So took her to that, and then the girls, Layla and Carly, walked around trick or treating with her yesterday, and Sarah got to chill out in the car, so that was dope.
I did see her. I did see her say something about that. Like finally, she can go ahead and got the big kids to go ahead and hold down the kids. I don't know. Like for me, I don't mind the walk around with the kids. I think that it's still. I think Landon is probably at that teenage age, right, where he might just be ready to go ahead and go by himself with some of the homies. So I think that probably next year, man, we probably will be at that phase, though, man. Well, I mean, we should, because by then he'll be 14. So it's like, all right, bro, have at it. Hey, we got a laundry list to go through, man. You want to get that music going?
No. I enjoy that part too. Yeah,
Right, so
give me a second. I was saying that I do enjoy. Bro, you breaking up on my end.
Oh, you know what's funny is that I see that you're breaking up on my end.
Yeah, and I see you breaking up on mine.
I don't know who's who then, though, bro.
So I was saying that I don't mind the walk around either. It's just that I had to be at church. I had to be at church at that time, so that's why she ended up taking her out. But yeah.
And by the way, I looked on Facebook real quick, and it looks like it's you that's blurred out over here, though, bro. We undefeated out here, though, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get that music going, though, man.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep. It doesn't matter what your name is.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep.
Listen, it is Tuesday. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live on both platforms every Tuesday, every Friday, 7 o'clock EST, 6 o'clock CST. Ace Kennedy. Had to flip that. Hey, man. We might as well go ahead and start with it, though, bro.
Okay.
You hit me on up in the wee hours in the morning. I was knocked out, bro. You said,
Yep,
dog,
completely.
they killed him, man. Takeoff, and got shot, man. Died. Houston. How do we how we unpack this, bro?
Well, first of all, just want to say condolences to the family. And unfortunately, we live in a digital age where things are, it can't just be news. There has to be some sort of footage involved, and also pictures. And so, completely, sorry to that family that had to find out in that manner versus, getting the call or what have you. Uh, Secondly, I don't really have the full story on what exactly took place. The only thing I kind of know is that there was a dice game. Some reports are saying that Quavo was actually the one who got into the altercation, and then things popped off, and he just kind of got hit within the crossfire. So, regardless, that man lost his life. And it's unfortunate because obviously from the public standpoint, the Migos looked like they were going through a little bit of some turmoil. So definitely feel bad for Offset, who has to deal with that. But then Quavo was actually there. So, to both of them brothers is like, man, just terrible. And then of course, obviously his family, and then anybody who was connected to him in some sort of way, that news is just not good. And
Listen, man.
yet again, another senseless killing of a star.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. So it's unfortunate, man, that within the last 2 years that rappers have died at the hands of gun violence in the last little while, right?
Mhm.
But I think that, bro, so this is the thing that to me, um, this is the thing to me that I think is probably the reason why this one hit me harder than a lot of the other albums. I'm not albums, godly. I'm thinking about. I'll tell you where I'm going with that. But it's the reason why I think that this one is basically hitting me harder than the other ones because Takeoff was 28 years old, right? Tupac and Biggie both died when they were 26 years old, right? And I think that the reason why this one kind of hit probably a little harder is because you think that Tupac with all things considered, and I could very well be off on my timing and the dates and everything like that, but I think that Tupac and Big had very short hip hop lives, right? And when I say short hip hop lives, I mean that when they were around, they were goats, right? But I think that Tupac came out like first album 1993 or something like that. Strictly for My Ninjas came out was 93. And then he had died like by the time he was 26. So he had died like I believe in 96, 97. So it didn't take him very long at all for him to have this meteoric peak and then this decline. The same with Big. Big, they all were goats when they were there, but it was short lived. And so when I actually sit there and thought about that, man, I thought about the fact that Migos have been in front of us for the good part of 10 years at least, though, man. At least since this was funny. I was over at my in-laws and they were having a get together, man, and we were playing this game of like name the artist and everything like that. And all the young boys was playing all this new people who I never heard of, would never even listen to. And then, I was playing some other songs and everything. And one of these dudes, he raps, right? And I'm like, yo, you should know as a rapper these people. And it showed me how different the times are because they had no idea some of these people. Some of them were people like Nelly that we were playing simple things. But this dude told me, he said, listen, I don't know about none of that. He was like, this cat was like, he was like, when I heard Migos, I was in 6th grade. Now, this dude had to be about 21, 22 years old. He said, I heard Migos, 6th grade, and that was it for me. I knew that that's how I wanted to rap. That was it, though. And he is at 22. He was 6. I don't think was he 21? He may be 21. But young dude, though, man. And when I thought about that, though, man, I was just like, yo, Migos have been around for a little while. And I think that you and I kind of talk a lot, though, man, that I think one of the things that I appreciate about Migos later on in their rap careers, more than earlier, was that, you know, when they came out with their style, nobody thought that it was going to be one of those, you know, carbon copy styles that everybody tries to mimic and duplicate. And then I think that even they said that they had some issue when they heard people that were rapping like them before it took them a long time before they started to look at it like a compliment. And so I think that the thing that really tripped me out, though, man, is I'm sitting here watching this dude, you know, tell me this. It's the first thing I thought about. He tells me that he heard about Migos in 6th grade, and they were the ones, right? The same way how I might be like, oh, I heard Jay-Z. And the minute I heard Jay-Z, boom, that was it for me, was an MC. His thing was Migos, right? And so I just sit there and I think about the influence that the dudes had on the culture, young dudes. And it hit harder for me because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that people like Triple X, you know, died. I know even Nipsey, you know, passed away. And Nipsey was that for some people, but he wasn't that for me. Like, I was late on Nipsey, right? By the time I had just started listening to Nipsey, it was like 2 years, just 2 years before he had actually passed away. And so, you know, people, I don't know, man, like the Migos and Takeoff dying just hits harder because we've been watching them grow up in front of us, right, as teenagers, and now they're 28 years old, and you're sitting here, you watched a good bit of jump. I mean, these dudes, and I always take issue and feel some kind of way when somebody is not even 30 in their past, like 28 years old. I hadn't even had my son then. I think I was just finding out that we had Landon, bro. And I look at that in context, though, bro. And I feel sad for his family. I mean, you know, that's the holidays. These dudes is never going, you know, see Christmases that he's never going to see. And, you know, I don't know the details behind it, to be quite honest. I had to decompress from it. Because it's all over my timelines. I don't care to know any of the details. It doesn't change anything to me. It doesn't change anything more than the fact that, dude, I can't imagine things getting escalated that fast to where gun violence was an absolute requirement to resolve it. And so for that reason, though, man, it definitely hit harder the more I actually had to put that whole thing in context of, dang, you know what? Like he was only 28 years old. And then when you take a step back, I was just watching the Drink Champs interview where Nori had specifically said, yo, Takeoff, it looks like you going extra hard on this new album on over here, though, man. Is that something that you were conscious about doing? And he was like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been trying to, this one I really want to go hard. I've been think I was that dude, but he specifically says, like, I want my flowers right now, though, bro. I want mine when I'm still alive to smell them. I want people to give me my flowers. So he was mindful on stepping up his flow, and that was just last week. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then,
it's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, but I also feel this, though, man. I know that. Listen, I don't know what I remember. I mean, the last time we were talking about Migos heavy like that, we didn't even get a chance to get into their Drink Champs interview, but they just alluded to that there was some falling out with the homeboy Offset. That's another thing another layer where I'm just thinking, like, dude, that you think that there's always time to mend certain fences in relationships, though, bro. So, yeah, that's where my head was with it, though, man.
Yeah. Hate to have delivered that news this morning, because it was one of those things to where my mom, I was on the phone with her and she was like, yo, she was just watching the news because she watches the news every morning. like it's a TV show, and she was like, Migos rapper, killed in Houston. And I was like, wait, what? And so I had to pull it up real quick, and I was like, yo, mom, I love you and everything, but I gotta call Charlie. And ended up calling you, ended up sending the message to the kids, because like you said, that age group, though, that's their people. So you know what I'm
I
saying?
was
So
knocked out too when you called. So it was
oh, I know you would.
literally, oh man, I probably had like the morning raspy voice. And I'm like, Doc, I could not, I literally could not believe it though, man, that happened though, bro. And I don't know, man, like I don't know, bro. I don't know, but there's been, listen, there's been rappers. Do you think about that though, man? Right, rappers that have died recently due to gun violence, though, bro. It's just like, oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, bro. I feel for his. I feel for his family though, bro. I feel for all of them though. That's crazy, bro. Crazy,
Well,
crazy.
you know what I'm saying? We could spend a lifetime talking about it, bro. But we do have a host of things to talk about, and of course, it's never easy to transition from something like that. But let's get into some other stuff. Let's go ahead and knock out this Yay stuff. I know we tired of talking about it. Let's just kind of talk about it a little bit. We saw that so recently. I guess Donda Academy closed. Is closing for the remainder of the year. It's supposed to come back in September.
What the kids gonna do that's going on now?
Well, that was the thing.
Transfer schools?
He was trying to facilitate getting those kids placed in a different location until they figure out what's going on.
See, this is the part to me that I understand that Kanye West is human and all the excuses that people try to make for him though, man. But I think that this is the thing that when you become bigger and an integral part of something that's bigger than just yourself, right? The impact of that, right? That like I think that I don't know what the academy closing has to do with. I believe it may be a charter school, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that at the end of the day, I look at that and I think of that's what we always say. Or you there's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want to say, but you better be prepared to deal with the consequences. And not just that, it's just when you have other people, right, that are not necessarily that eat off of what you eat on. But my thing is that you created all of these things, right? That you did from your creativeness. And then now all of those things are just falling apart, all because you have your specific issue with one thing or whatever it was, though, man. It's just like, I think it's unfortunate, though, man. I think that it's one of those things, though, man, where it's just like that at some point, though, man, it's just like, like I said, I still would love to know what his end game is. Like, what was the point? Was it all and was it all worth it?
Right. Well, that's the thing. What I respect about Kevin Hart, because we saw it play out on his doc that he had on Netflix, where he was going through the issue when he the whole Oscars thing and why he lost the Oscars and why he came out and apologized. He's like, look, this is bigger than me. I feed and provide too many opportunities for too many people, and I have corporations that are attached to me, and unfortunately I can't afford to be I have to think as a corporation, not as Kevin Hart myself.
Facts.
And it's what he said he respects about Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle, his brand is different to where he's not attached to these corporations, so he can get away with a lot more than most people can, because obviously he doesn't eat off of those corporations. Like everything is set through him. So and that's what I mean by it doesn't mean like when you're a business, right? There are certain things you can say your message, but there's a way that you have to deliver the message. And just like you said, you have the freedom of speech, but people have the freedom to respond.
Yeah.
And then, take it a step further. Ye decides to come and does this apology, and his apology was out there, bro. He started.
What is his apology? What was his apology? I was out of it, so I don't. I just know he apologized. I don't know.
Bro, he basically basically said, he was like, you know what I'm saying? It feels like basically there's a foot on my neck. He had that within the apology. Yeah, yeah. And then he turned around and went off on George Floyd's daughter, basically saying something like, telling her she need to slow down and like, you fixing to do this lawsuit when I'm the one that gave you money for the funeral and I did this and da 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 da. But then Steven Jackson basically came out and said, listen, bro, I'm speaking for the family and I've added you on everything. Like, I'm not like you want this smoke and you're gonna get it. And like, basically, I'm talking for the family and you're a clown and we've supported you and we've done this and doing whoop de whoop de whoop. But you talking out of character now. Now you stepping out of line. So
I'd be more interested in. I didn't see Steven Jackson's response, but and listen, because it was associated with Kanye, and I told you I'm off everything about it. I would love to see his response though, because I think that I would love to see his response only because I know that he was close to their family, has been close to their family, and I think that I would love to see his reaction. So I would want to see it just for that. But listen, man, I just think that. My thing is that come on, bro. Like, this is gonna sound crazy though, man, because I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, at some point nobody's still checking over your work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that you might say, oh, well, you know what? If I'm gonna give a formal statement, who's not reading his work to say, nah, no.
But that's the thing. He was basically saying, like, once Adidas dropped me, that, showed me that this wasn't of God. And now I know what it feels like, just like how, and he was comparing that to that, bro. He was wilding, bro. Like, it just like,
out of here, bro.
Yeah,
like I'm over him though, bro. Like, listen, I try to tell you, man. Let me see something. Let me see. I'm trying to see what I'm trying to find. He says, so thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt, because how the richest black man ever be humbled, other than to not be made a billionaire in front of everybody off of one comment. No, it wasn't just one comment. Like, stop, bro. Like, oh my gosh, dude. I'm over it, bro. I'm over it. I don't even care. I don't even care.
That's what I'm saying. We can move on.
I don't even.
Let's go to the NBA. Bro. So Nash is out. What does that mean?
Okay, so listen, bro. This is the way I look at it. Nash is out, and now I have a zillion questions about this whole Nets situation, because since the Nets have gotten there, right? I think that we both said James Harden saw Kyrie wasn't serious. He said, "No, I'm out. It's not what I came here for. I'm gone." And he played his way. He did his way out of there. Whatever, right? And I still kind of low-key hate him for that, but I admit that I hate on James Harden, right? So that being said, right? Now, ever since James Harden has left, and even when James Harden was there, he was kind of the point guard. That's what Kyrie said, UPG now. So he was a facilitator. And ever since he left, it feels like the Nets offense is KD or Kyrie go one-on-one, and we're going to live and die with you being able to make or miss those shots. And that eventually got them swept. And it got them beat after James Harden was tapping out on them, right? He was already tapping out. And then it got them beat by the Bucks, and it got them beat by the Celtics. I'm going to tell you where I'm going with that. Right when 3 days after they hired Steve Nash, he said, we don't really need a coach, right? I guess he's basically saying, we got, between the two of us, we have such a high basketball IQ that we don't really need a coach. Well, ever since then, it's like you hired Steve Nash with no coaching experience right off the streets, basically, though, because of his relationship previously with Kevin Durant, right? So now everybody's looking at Kyrie. He out here talking about this. He out here talking about that. And it just okay. You asked me what were we doing about Steve Nash? My question to you still is, how does this make KD look, bro, that you chose all of this over staying with the Warriors?
Me personally, I don't listen. I don't care if Kevin Durant loses every game the rest of his career. I respect the fact that he got from up under Steph Curry. Okay. But I think that the fact that they fired Steve Nash, that they had problems with Kyrie, it shows that KD saw something over the summer that we didn't see, because we're like, why are you going out now? But this is why. Like he told them, like, no, Steve Nash needs to go and the GM needs to go, because their direction, like, I get it. Everybody knows that he had a hand in getting Steve Nash there, whatever the case may be. But he played it for a season, and after that season, it was like, no, this isn't going to work. And if this is going to work, we need a new coach and we need this. So from that standpoint, I think it makes him look like he knows what he's doing.
But this is my thing. Okay, in a microscope, in a vacuum, right? I can see that in the immediate, it says, all right, this team currently as constructed, right, isn't going to work, right? Maybe he saw it from his Oklahoma days. It ain't from the Warriors days, because he said the Warriors play basketball how you supposed to play basketball. When I'm out here, I don't have to be a leader. I'm just the guy on the team, right? I put us over the top, but I'm just a guy, right? So I'm assuming that when he feels that he knows this isn't going to work, that it's based off of his experience with Oklahoma, right? Because they was winning when he was with the Warriors. But my thing is that in the grand scheme of things, though, when you take a step back, right, and you look at it from a further view from it, it's basically, I look at that and saying, well, KD, you went to the Warriors and you love how they play basketball, and you won them championships, and people like you call them Serpentor, right? Because you slid out on the boards, left them high and dry, and you got them rings. And when you got the rings, now they didn't fill you up like you thought they was gonna fill you up, right? And then not just that, though, when everybody clamored for you to join their team, and everybody would have moved heaven and earth to get you on their team, you decided you gonna leave the Warriors, and then you decided, I'm going to follow Kyrie Irving, right? I'm going to follow Kyrie of all people, right? I'm going to follow Kyrie, Mr. I think the earth is flat. Mr. I think that we staged going to the moon. That Kyrie that everybody had always thought he could hoop. Little off, though, right? With his free thinking. So then you go ahead and go, you coming off of injuries. And then Kyrie started doing Kyrie stuff that everybody thought he was going to do. James Harden comes on over here. James Harden says, I'm quitting on y'all. I'm out of here. I just think that to me, it makes KD the leader questionable, bro. At absolute best, questionable. It makes him look terrible as a leader, though, bro.
Okay, so what about LeBron?
What we talking about with LeBron?
Because LeBron did the same thing. He picked AD, he picked Russ, he picked his team. Yep. So I want you to give him the same smoke. That's what I'm trying. That's all I'm asking for.
LeBron deserves the same smoke, because here's the thing about it. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, LeBron basically said, all right, here's what we were trying to do originally. There were talks that LeBron originally was trying to get Kawhi. There was some talks that LeBron was trying to get Buddy Hield and trying to get these other people before they got Russ. And when they couldn't get anybody else, LeBron says, all right, you know what, man, I can make it work. I'm LeBron James. I roll out the bed and I'm averaging 26, 8, and 6 easy, though, right? If I can't do it, if I could do it, it can't nobody do it if I can't do it, basically. And he thought that it was going to happen, and it didn't for one reason or another. You know what I'm saying? Blame however you want to blame. And it's the same way how KD said, hey, you know what? This roster as currently constructed isn't going to work. LeBron said the same thing. That's the reason why him and Russ had their beef. It's the reason why I don't think him and Russ is ever going to be cool. You know what I'm saying? I think Russ just bought a house around the corner from LeBron, matter of fact.
Yeah.
But I think the same way,
I'm just making sure, because
he get the listen. He get the same
thing, you know, sometimes you be LaCharles James Venus over there. So I just wanted to make sure that you know you and LaShannon over there. So
No, listen, LeBron James. Listen, man, LeBron James. LeBron James is, if like I said, if we had to blame this season, and I'm talking about only this season, I'm gonna say that LeBron James gets 30% of the blame.
okay,
Right? I'm gonna give LeBron James 30% of the blame, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna give AD 50% of the blame. 50% of the blame. There's 20% left. I'm gonna give Rob Pelinka and them in management 10%. I'm gonna give Russ 5%, and then 5 to the other people on all the other ones. Because here's the thing about it: at the end of the day, them other dudes ain't playing good either. It ain't just Russ, right? It's not just Russ that just hadn't been playing good. Nobody's been playing good, but because nothing gets done without LeBron's cosign, that's why I give him 30% more than Russ. Because at the same time, it's like if you know what Russ is, right? Everybody knows what Russ is at this point, though, right? So he is what he is. So,
well, speaking
AD,
of Russ,
listen, bro. AD gets 50% of it because there's no reason why LeBron James at 38 years old should still be the number one guy. These should be I'm going to take the back seat. I'm going to add on my 27 is going to be extra. The 27 that LeBron gets you shouldn't be make or break, bro. AD needs to be averaging 30 points a game. Instead of him wincing, every time I look up, bro, he always is grabbing his back or his knee. Listen, I saw him throw it. Russ threw him an alley-oop, and he dunked it, and he came down like his back was like, boy, if you don't sit down somewhere, bro, I'm sick of. Listen, I'm so sick of AD, bro.
Sticks, I can't even believe you posted this comment, bro. Like,
he said LeBron thought he was getting triple double Russ, not shooting off the side of the backboard Russ. Listen, listen. Okay. I kind of got a problem with that, bro.
Facts.
I kind of got a problem with that, man. Because here's the thing: the problem that I have with that, right, is that I think that when you Russ is always going to be triple double Russ, right? I just think that it takes Russ being your primary ball handler in order for you to get the triple doubles, right? I think that the issue is that all people saw with Russ was the triple doubles. And I don't think that people focused in nearly as much as they do now on the turnover aspect. Because even when he was averaging the triple doubles with Washington, he was turning the ball over very high, but it didn't matter because he got to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? The guy, he still was doing his thing. And I don't look at him like he was stat padding like some people say he was doing. I think that he is giving, he is, if you want Russ to go do Russ that you saw from the triple doubles Russ, he'll do that. You just got to give him the ball and live and die with that, though. And to be honest with you, it's not going to serve you any worse than what you're getting from AD because he's not the bubble AD. He's not that. He hasn't been. He's not, if we keeping it tall, AD has only been that AD one time that year. He's never been like what people had thought him out to be, though, bro. So I kind of take issue when people slight Russ like that, man.
I do too, because they be acting like it's like when you're only watching to see what that one person does, of course they're gonna make mistakes. But what about LeBron? Where LeBron been these whole games? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's so
that's and it is Bron's fault because Bron is the quarterback of the team.
LeBron,
he's the one that wanted AD, so it is his fault, 100%.
Yeah, and it is LeBron's fault because at the end of the day, he wanted Russ, right? And it's just like, all right, well, it didn't work out, right? And some GMs,
but that's the thing, though. Russ ain't even been playing that bad, though. It's like that. What I'm saying is, in the so this is what kills me.
You
right?
mean this year, or you mean this year, or since he's been a Laker?
Now, Charles, you know who you asking that question to. Don't start.
So he led the league in turnovers, bro. Right behind Trey Young. You can't say he did. Okay.
Hey, Brett Favre led the leagues in the most interceptions, but he also was a passing record holder too. So
I can't wait. He no longer leads in passing yards either. So I'm glad people can't use that anymore.
look,
Tom Brady got it.
like
now.
Russ, but he's slipping. So answer this question, Sticks. What about the rest of the team, bro? Don't none of them get the blame. It's all Russ.
Russ
Answer
is
this
not
question.
listen.
Answer
Russ
this one
is
question.
not slipping.
Answer this one question. If Russ wasn't on y'all team, would y'all be winning more games? Answer that question. That's what I need to know. That's gonna help me understand everything.
Listen, I'll tell you this though, man. Russ is not slipping. The same way how they're saying, okay, so this is the perfect example, right? The same way how people are saying, hey, you know what? You got Russ and the offense, right, just doesn't flow the way that it looks like it should with you having LeBron and AD out there, right? Well, if you want to take a step back, right, you can look at the opposite, right? Because you said, hey, where's triple-double Russ? Well, triple-double Russ had Bradley Beal, right? That didn't necessarily have the ball in his hand to score 30. Triple-double Russ has shooters that he can kick it out to when he drove to the hole to go ahead and draw the double team and everything like that. The Lakers don't even have anybody on their team that can create their own shots outside of LeBron and AD. And AD does it in spurts. Like it always feels like AD is like saving himself for something. Like he's like, I'm saving myself for the playoffs, but you can't even really get a full flow going through the regular season, though, man. So
who I do respect on the team, I like Walker, bro. Walker seems like I like the confidence he plays with.
I think that Walker has blind confidence, bro, because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He seems like he has just pure, you know what it looks like.
What else? Who else is gonna do anything though? What I'm saying is ain't nobody else there doing it.
And this is the reason why I give some of the blame to the management, because you had Malik Monk and you let Malik Monk go, who all he did was left for the same reason that Caruso left, for just a little bit more than a veterans. No, not even that. I think that they both left for the veterans minimum contract, and it was just like $9 million. It was basic. So I don't know, man. Listen, I think that at the end of the day, bro, the Lakers, even if they didn't have Russ, listen, I can't think of another player who is semi-available right now who's going to get the Lakers from maybe from play-in to like the number 5 spot. Like who's out there who you think, oh, you put them on this Lakers team right now and they going to go ahead.
They might as well bring Melo back. He ain't doing nothing.
Might as well. Might as well. He can't defend, but I mean, hell, he can catch and shoot.
Maybe they waiting for Schroeder to come back.
Okay, but then okay. So you get Schroeder. No, Schroeder plays very similar to Russ, don't he?
Not really. He's more controlled. I mean, what I'm saying is, like, he played in the European League and he looked very good. So
let me be honest with you. I'll take Russ over Schroeder, bro. But I've never been a Schroeder fan.
That's easy for me. That's easy for me. But I'm just saying, that and Buddy Hield, bro. I mean, you're gonna get better shooting, but I mean, he ain't never really been the biggest impact towards a team.
I ain't never seen Buddy Hield lock nobody down, bro. I ain't never seen Buddy Hield sit in that seat, make a tough defensive play. Nothing. You know who I think the Lakers could try to get that I think would help them if they went. But then again, it's money, right? I think that somebody who can help the Lakers is somebody like Victor Oladipo, bro. I think Victor Oladipo is somebody who can play offense and defense, and I think that I think that's somebody who would fit where he can still spread it around. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Buddy Hield ain't the answer by itself, right? So I think that if you get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, maybe I think that Miles Turner opens up the lane a little bit more. It allows AD to not have to play center, and it gives you some defense.
The way John Wall been playing, they should have picked him up.
Listen, bro, I'm happy to see my boy John Wall getting buckets, though, man.
Yeah, I got to see him play live, bro, and he looks real good, man. Your boy's still explosive. He's still doing his thing. Super dope.
Oh my gosh, your guy Sticks is killing me. Your guy Sticks is killing me because listen, he said,
and it was crazy. It was crazy because he my boy in real life too. That's what's crazy.
Oh my gosh,
listen, disappointing me right now, bro.
He is. Listen, I told you, bro. I cannot stand when I hear somebody say that somebody in the NBA is trash, bro. It's bro. I'm gonna need to see some. I'm gonna Sticks. Listen, before I accept you calling this man trash, I got to see you do a left hand layup, bro. If you left handed, I need to see you do a right hand layup, bro. I listen. Oh my gosh, though, man.
Yo, man, what'd you think of Russ coming off the bench, though? What did you think about it?
Listen. I think that I don't know if Russ has the pride to do so, but I think it's the smartest thing he can do, bro. It's one of the smartest. And listen, it's not so much as saying that he is diminishing in his play and his style. My concern, right, is that if the Lakers didn't re-sign Russ, my concern is that somebody would John Wall him and send him home when he not played. But I think that at least this coming off the bench would extend his NBA life, if that's something that's even important to him. Because
let me ask you a question. My concern is this, right? He didn't lose any minutes coming off the bench. So at some point, he's playing with the first team. So then why? Then I'm asking a for real question. So if he played most of the time with the first team anyway, then why not just have him start? Like, what's the difference?
Well, to me,
that's just a status thing.
Well, no. So I think that the difference is that I think the difference is that his points and his minutes, while he's playing starter minutes, he's playing more minutes with the backup guys. So his 18 points look a little different than the 18 points of him starting, right? I think because the points look different, the impact of where he's getting the 18 points are just different. It's like if you put in there's a perfect example. If you put Jamal Crawford and you started Jamal Crawford and you give him the same amount of attempts, right? His attempts and shots, he'll probably still give you on an easy day 16 to 18 points. The same with Lou Williams. But it's like when you have him coming off the bench, that 18 hits differently because your rotations are differently, and it allows you to get them same numbers playing with different people and against different people as well. So I see why it makes sense. And so I think that for Russ, I thought that it did just make sense because he doesn't have LeBron on the court. So he now you get triple-double Russ, right? Because he's your price. So you got to live and die with his decision making, but he's your primary ball handler when LeBron's not and facilitator when LeBron's not there. It just made sense though, bro. I don't nobody care about no doggone doubt. Oh my gosh, man. Who cares? Oh my gosh.
Yo, bro, we got to get into Wayne Gate, bro. What's going on with this?
Listen, so I was surprised. So I don't know very much about the young cat Josh Primo, right? I literally had to like Google him because I only knew that he was a young dude. He was like 19 years old. I think that he, if I'm not mistaken, played ball in the G League before going. So he's one of the guys who bypassed college, if I'm not mistaken. And did he? No. I take that back. He did go to college. What I remember about him is that he basically he was like freshman of the year, or all freshman in the SEC. And basically he was drafted pretty high with the Spurs. So I didn't know a lot about him because he had only played just a little bit, one season And that was basically it. So what's crazy about it is that this man gets randomly waived. And it's like, dog, you just been in the league 1 year and they waived you. And I'm thinking like, dog, what the hell happened with him? Like something had to have happened. Then it come to find out that this dude is just flashing his wing out to women. And I don't know how many times he's done it, but apparently it had to be severe enough for them to say, nah, we done, bro. Now he's cleared waivers as well. So somebody can pick him up. And if they don't pick him up, listen, you got your money still. It's $8 million that he would still be getting and everything that the Spurs owe him for this year. He's still on a rookie contract. But I'm just like, bro, like seriously though, man, I don't know how you bounce back from that though. He's only 19 years old though.
Yeah, now he want to become an advocate and start talking and talking to people about it and all this that, and the other. I'm just thinking, like, bro, you gotta get yourself together first.
Well, okay, but the thing about this though, there are certain things that you can say, "Oh, I learned from this, and I want to be an ad." Like you can, I can see how, bro. I can almost see how if Kanye West, let's take it. I don't even want to talk about him. Kyrie. Right. Let's talk about Kyrie. Let's bring up Kyrie because I don't want to talk about Kanye. But if Kyrie behind this whole anti-Semitic thing, right? If all Kyrie has to do is link up with a Jewish group, and then basically says, "Hey, you know what, Jewish people, I apologize, but school me, hit me to why you guys are why this is offensive to you," and I think that you can actually learn from that. It's a teachable moment.
Easier example. Easier example is Nick Cannon.
Okay.
You remember what happened with him when he lost Wild 'N Out, right?
Well, yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying that there are certain things that I think that you can honestly say, these are my free thoughts, right? And because these are my free thoughts, they're free. So that means they can be fluid. They can change with more information. And so I think that with somebody like Kyrie, somebody can school Kyrie and pull him to the side and say, bro, I'm cool that you're a free thinker. I can appreciate free thought because that means that, you know what I'm saying, that you make things up according to how you feel. But at the same time, it also can show your error in the ways to say, if you're a free thinker, your free thought is influenceable, right? And it can be influencing to other people. So you set them to the side and somebody can really school Kyrie on these particular things, right? But I don't know how do you be an advocate to not flash your wing at chicks though, bro? It's like, are you borderline that think about that though, man? Like that's like how do you advocate? Like, yeah, man, I'm here to tell y'all, don't be flashing your wing at these women if it's not solicited. Boy, stop. You ain't even sending the pics. You going full wolf in person. Yet 19 years old, bro. I don't know. If the Spurs let you go at 19, bro, it's an eyebrow raiser. And I just wonder if people just say, you know what, though, man, for the NBA, we cool on that. If you're concerned about women like that in the NBA and your image, dog, if you come out with a statement to talk about the NBA doesn't condone any Semitic or anti-Semitic messaging, right? And they waive this dude from that. Like, I don't know how you got to come to the defense of these women, bro.
Yeah, you're right. But unfortunately, somebody's gonna pick him up, bro. You start losing bad enough. If he's talented enough, they'll try to get him into some counseling and stuff like that, and try to get him a PR person to get him to spin it out. And yeah, he'll be on somebody's team.
He's just 19 years old, bro, and I think that people and I had to go back and look at like some of his highlights, and he has a dope high school tape. He had dope. I mean, he looks the part. Like he could be. He kind of reminds me of where I think what's my guy for the Blazers? Anthony Simons. How Anthony Simons was this kid that came out of high school and everybody thought he had the ridiculous bunnies and everybody saw he had all this talent just oozing out the pores. And he worked himself into, averaging 19 points a game, almost 20 a game. And that was the reason why they felt comfortable with letting go CJ. And now he's an integral part of what they do. And so I think that people look at this dude like that 5-star, player and everything, bro. But
yeah, because isn't he the reason they let old boy go to Atlanta?
Who that? Oh yeah, they let him go. They and he was averaging. I think he averaged like 8. But even with that, got to be the reason why they were comfortable with letting Lonnie Walker go. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. It just says that they say he flashed himself to a bunch of women, and I just wonder, like, how off. Not that I wonder, but it has to be high a lot of times in order, like that's just his thing. He like to flash chicks, bro. So I don't know, man. Crazy.
Yo, bro, did you catch the Jake Paul fight at all?
I'll never catch any Jake Paul fight. Jake Paul, listen. Jake Paul is meant for WWE, and I don't know what.
No, not Logan. Jake.
No. Both of the Pauls should be in WWE. I don't know what the holdup is, but both of them are meant for WWE. I don't take interest in. Listen, once I saw him fight Tyrone Woodley. And when I saw that looked staged or fixed, like when I saw Tyrone Woodley give him the message, all right, this is the knockout. Boom. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't want to see. Listen, I can appreciate everything that they do for boxing, because to be quite honest with you, I have zero interest in boxing these days, only because the greatest of the greats right now in boxing don't fight each other. Like, you got this weight class in boxing where you got like 5 guys that are undefeated, right? And just because of the promoters that they won't fight each other. So it's like, and they talk all this trash to each other, but they won't fight each other. And they know that they can just keep talking. And so for that, it's like, if you're a boxing fan, like, they are part of the biggest spectacles, the biggest draws. But when you sit here fighting, when you 20-something years old and you fighting a 47-year-old man, 49-year-old man, I mean, if anything, I respect Anderson Silva more, that he's still in shape to fight some boy that's that young. But I don't care about that, though, man.
Listen, the fight was close, bro. Like, hey, Anderson Silva, no, listen, the only reason Jake Paul won is because he knocked him down. Because when they even did the score at the end, it was 77-74. That boy Anderson Silva was doing his thing, bro. He was sunning him too.
Listen, man. Him and his brother are meant for W. I don't know. Well, listen, I don't know what Triple H is waiting for. Like, I don't know why you won't have both of them. Like, they're not. Think about this, though, bro.
Jake doesn't want it, though.
Yeah, but still.
Jake wants Canelo, bro. Listen, would you respect him if he fought Canelo?
Listen. I'm
just saying, would you respect him if he won?
Okay, two things about this. Okay. Canelo makes damn near $100 million per fight. What Jake Paul is doing isn't enough money to even go in that stratosphere. But then here's my thing. You know how disrespectful that is to somebody who's a real full-time boxer who is basically out here trying to get to a fight, and you have him jump the line. So yeah. I would respect it.
If he beat him, though, would you respect it?
If he beat Canelo, yes. Canelo's only lost to Floyd. But my thing is this, though, bro. Like, you know what I want? I want to see you fight. I want to see you fight Triple G, right? I want to see you fight. You can't just go from fighting Anderson Silva and you're a YouTube boxer to the champion. There's levels. There's a journey to that, though, bro. So my thing is that fight somebody. The money aside. Fight. This is my thing about it. The same way how in regular boxing you got to go through the ranks. So you can't necessarily say, nowadays in boxing you could be the number 10 rated boxer and go fight one of the 5 guys that are ranked number 1. But I'm saying, though, man, go fight you a top 10 guy, beat them, beat 2 or 3 of them, and then show that you got that like that, though, bro.
But you sound like an old dude, just like you sound like an old dude on how people get on musically. Like if you get on from TikTok, you get on. And if you get on from calling somebody out and your money is long enough to reach that person, hey,
Now listen,
I don't care if you jump that person.
listen here though, Ace. I think that you're a funny guy. I think you can be hilarious at times. You ain't gonna sit there and say, "Well, I can go ahead and do a whole comedy tour and take Kevin Hart's spot tomorrow," because people think I'm funny.
Hey, that
I
clout
think
is
your
speaking.
jokes will have me in stitches sometimes. But you ain't Kevin Hart.
I know I ain't Kevin Hart, but I ain't trying to go take Kevin Hart's spot. But I'm saying that boy is putting on boxing shows bigger than these other people. He's garnishing more attention than these people. So what I'm
I
saying
understand
is,
that.
so money talks. So I'm saying if they can make it work financially, if they got in the ring and he if he beat him, I'm not saying he would. I'm just saying, but if he did, then what you got to say?
Who is he fighting? That's my thing. Is that okay? Who has he fought?
Nobody wants to accept the fights. That's the problem. That's what his beef is. Because here's a problem, right? If he fights one of these real fighters and then he wins, the fighter looks trash. Because you're expected to beat him.
No, so this is my thing. This is the thing. I get what you're saying. Listen, this man will die if he got out there and fought Tank Davis, bro. He would die in the ring. But my thing is that the thing that gets me the most is that he is fighting guys who aren't trained to be world-class boxers. He's fighting guys but that would be like if you put him even right now in the ring with Anderson Silva and said, "No, we're gonna put you in the octagon," right? You okay, you can kick too, but we're gonna put you in the octagon. Like that's different. You're putting UFC fighters who use their whole
Problem
body.
is this is the thing though. This ain't Anderson Silva's first boxing match though.
This man hasn't boxed in 30 years, bro. Stop playing with me, man. That's my thing about it. Like he's saying, like he wants to box. He wants to be in a boxing match with Nate Diaz's brother, right? But it's like you want to be in a boxing match. So if you want to show that you tough, go and do a UFC fight with them. Go do mixed martial arts with them.
He
Don't
wants
box.
to box.
No. Go fight. So this is my thing about it. Go fight. If you want me, if you want me to take you serious, right? Go and challenge and do whatever you have to do, right? Canelo Alvarez. Listen, there's just levels though, bro. Like Canelo Alvarez is the champion. He's the guy. So my thing is that if you want to impress me, right? Go get you another one of those guys who are below Alvarez. There are plenty of them. You got Triple G's.
Right.
You got
But nobody wants to take the fight, bro. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Listen, I think that the reason why people won't take the fight is because
they might lose.
No. I don't think that's it. I think that they believe that other boxers and their promoters won't take them serious for fighting a YouTuber guy. I think that's what it is. I think once you go down that path,
we need somebody who is a for real boxer to box him to shut him up. But nobody don't want to do that.
But
because they scared of losing.
Until then, I don't care about no Jake Paul fight. I think it's cute that he still can draw. I think it's cute that he can sell a fight. I think that's all that cool. I would like him more if he was in WWE. But for boxing, when you're fighting guys who aren't boxers, and when you're fighting guys who are well outside of their prime, right? Well outside of their prime. Like, no, you're fighting a handicap fight to me then.
Listen, I am rooting for that man to fight a real boxer. I want him to fight one.
Now listen, man.
At this point, he might as well just be in Creed 4, bro.
Listen. So there you go. He should fight Michael B. Jordan then. If that's what he's doing, he can fight the other guy. Who was the other guy that's in Creed? The new guy. He yoked too in that thing though, bro. What's my guy?
That's Jonathan Majors, bro.
Jonathan Majors, yeah. He yoked though, bro. Listen, I saw him and I said, I gotta go ahead and get back in the gym. Nick was like, why you in the gym? Why you back in the gym late?
That's Kang the Conqueror, bro.
Listen,
that's the new Marvel villain, bro.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, all I know is that boy is cut up like coleslaw, bro. And I was just like, man, listen, I saw him and I knew Michael. Listen, I knew Michael B. Jordan was always in shape and everything like that. But when I saw him, I said, oh, yeah, it's time for me to go ahead. I'm gonna give it one more go and trying to get that six-pack off Leilway, though, bro. I said, oh, my God. So he cut up, though, bro. But listen, he might as well go and fight one of them. Right? He might as well go and fight Sylvester Stallone. He could go and fight whoever, you know what I'm saying? He can fight Kanye West. That stuff it's like charity to me, though, bro. I don't take it serious, man. I can't. But I'm glad you saw it. You seem to be very entertained by it. So there you go.
Yeah, it was more entertaining than that Deontay Wilder fight.
Deontay Wilder put it. Well, listen, so there you go. Deontay Wilder go fight Jake Paul. That what you want to see?
I don't care if he'll take it.
Deontay
all I'm saying
Wilder.
is all these boxers is complaining, but don't want none of them fighting.
No, nobody wants to fight. I think that's the thing, bro. Nobody takes him serious. That's the problem. It's not that nobody wants to fight him. It's just that nobody takes him serious as a boxer, bro. Like
So basically, it's like you trying to challenge T.I. to a versus right now.
Yes, if I pull that Bel Air 2 catalog out, bro. If I pull that, listen, not even just that. Not even just. I'm gonna take it a step further. If I said I'm gonna challenge J. Cole, I'm gonna challenge Lil Baby, I'm gonna challenge Da Baby, I'm gonna challenge Kendrick Lamar, I'm gonna challenge the guys who are top 5 to a versus, and I pull out that Bel Air catalog and I say, yo, and when I say, listen, what you gonna do when I pull out Talking About? And they looking at me like, Talking About? Like I ain't never heard Talking About. Like what you gonna do when I pull out I Like That? Right? That's what I'm saying. What you gonna do when I pull out So Vintage? So why would it doesn't matter how much. Now a rapper at the end of the day, they might take me up on it if I say, no, I got 25 mil for you. That's how I could beat you in the verses, right? A rapper might just go ahead and take the bag. But I'm just saying, for somebody who's still doing that as a career, to look after that happens, yeah. I'll tell you, listen, with that being said, I challenge any of them boys to a versus battle, though. Timberland and Swiss Beats, y'all need to put that battle. I'll bring Billie Jean on stage with me, and we can get it popping, though, man.
And I'm singing all your ad libs on every song that I ain't even on.
Get him out of here, man. I can't. I'm listen. I'm glad that he has a source of entertainment out there, man, to entertain with stuff, though, man. But no, I'm cool on that, though, man. I'm cool on that. Yeah. Once I saw that, you know what made me not take him serious, which I thought was brilliant too, by the way. He said in a TikTok video sometime last year, he said that he had hooked up with Lil Nas X, though, bro. I said, oh, man, he's a grand troll, bro. The grand troll, man. Go on, man. Get him out my face, bro. But the minute that Triple H signs him to WWE, he's on. It's Tuesday, man. What you got going for the week?
Man, listen, Charlie got her field trip, so I'm gonna be accompanying her tomorrow. And then other than that, man, just still doing what I do every week, trying to take over the world.
All right, man. I think that for me, I'm trying to hopefully get this video to finally export in the 4K version of it, though. So I'm glad I finally got that one edited and done. I got this real dope concept that I want to do for another visual, though, man. But I think that for the most part, I'm tapping more into this marketing aspect of the Bel Air Trey Pound, which this is what's crazy, though, bro. I love the Bel Air Trey Pound. I love all of my songs, though, bro. But I thought that there were songs that I thought that just would perform better numbers-wise And it's just one of those things that it goes to show you, like sometimes the songs that you think are hits, other people just might not think so. Like you wouldn't believe it. So for this one, very easily outperforming like every joint that I've put out there so far. So I got to keep capitalizing on it, though, man. But yeah, so that's all I got going on for the week. Oh, plus getting up with the homies to check out some trap karaoke, though, man. So that should be pretty dope on Saturday. Should be it's one of the most Atlanta things ever, though, bro. So yeah. Can't wait, though, bro.
Yeah, that sounds dope. Well, cool, man. Well, let's get out of here.
Let's get that music.